Good morning, YouTube. Happy Friday. What's this, last Friday of May, right? The 28th. Happy holiday weekend for those people who are enjoying the holiday weekend. I don't know if that's a international thing or just a U.S. thing, but happy holiday weekend. Again, good morning. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Wow, I'm honored. Woke up a little bit later this morning, so not quite as prepared, but got a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff to share. I'm super excited to be here. I will remind you guys. So I'm going to post a video today, a contest video to basically try to fill out the rest of the contest. I'm going to post a video this afternoon that will have links to sites and contest stuff that I want people to do to win spots in the contest. That contest video will be posted probably later this afternoon, evening, and then I'll probably pick the winners on Monday or Tuesday next week. So look for that over the weekend. If you have a channel that you would like for me to bring attention to, feel free to leave that in the comments below. In the chat, I won't see it, so please put in the comments below, and I'll definitely be happy to promote your channel in the contest. So, good morning. Hope everyone has a happy and healthy. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, Big Unit. Appreciate that. Oh, I can pull these up right. I can show these. Bank holiday. Awesome. John, you must be up in Canada, correct? So, good morning. Good morning. Let's go ahead and dive into first thing real quickly. I want to just start here because I'm going to turn this off after I do this. But let's start with Discord. So I bring this up because this is the Discord group where I'm using the monitors to kind of see what's going on. In the Walmart world, you see Walmart pool chlorine there. Not that I could care less, but that's something people want. In the Walmart drops, nothing new right now. And this is as of this morning at 5:30. But I will tell you, Target did drop. Target dropped today. This is in-store. Let me go up again. This is restocks. And there you can see there's baseball. Look at the stock number, 68,000. Think about how many that is. That's a hell of a lot. Look at that number. Look how, is that correct? Look at my Bowman. And I'll tell you guys, these were still available when I was clicking earlier. So you might be able to go on the website and find this. Only 26 of these. Look at that. That's kind of interesting. 20,000. Wow. But Target did drop cards today. Target is still selling. So the rumor that's damn. Woo! That caught me. Sorry. Anyway, the rumor that Target has stopped doing online is just a rumor. And I didn't think they would change. I'll just say this too. I'm a big fan of the person who kind of posted that. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. But retail is still there. I want to pull up. This is going on live right now. This is JR Sports Cards. And JR's got 1,200 people watching right now as they are basically going after retail. And I follow JR, and I don't believe he's using a monitor. I think he just is using a network of people who are talking about what's going on in the hobby. And then they all are picking up buying retail this morning. Like they're still buying retail off of the websites. I don't believe they're using bots. I think they're just using crowdsourcing, right? Working together as a group and figuring out where it is and sharing information. So I just thought I'd share it with you because I thought this is pretty cool. I like following this. JR posted a video last night or posted a link saying, hey, join me at 7 a.m. He's been running the streams at 7 a.m., helping people. Look, eBay, his Discord members. Pretty cool. I have to say I enjoy his hustle there. So just give you a quick update on what is going on in the retail world. So retail is alive. Anyone wants retail baseball? Yep, exactly. They're live on Target. And I want to say, too, the bots haven't taken them all. Now, there's so much product. I don't think the bots can, right? I think when you have, 20,000 or 60,000, you got to have a pretty big credit card account to pick that stuff up. So, see, Michael got it. And I think this is a good thing. A lot of people are getting Target retail right now. You can still get it. If you guys are watching right now, you want to take a moment, go over to Target, get some retail. Hey, try it, man. Go for it. Got contenders and Bowman Megas. See, look at that. This is Chase from Chase's autograph cards. A good friend of mine down the road, not too far from my area. Down the road's probably not the right thing. He's like an hour away, but yeah, awesome stuff going on, guys. Retail is alive. People can get it. You gotta hustle. You gotta work for it. But it is happening. What I want to bring your attention to next. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just check on. We'll check out Panini's site. Is that right? You guys seen Panini? I hope so. Panini site. to see what's going on around Panini's world today. Again, it is Friday. They did the the Chronicles first of the line yesterday. Quality control on the draft contenders. Not a fan there. Not something I'd be interested in to go over here and check on first of the line. I don't believe there's anything else coming out. Ooh, in 6 days. Look at that. $1,000 for Panini draft picks. That's going to be interesting. I wonder what the refractors are that are in this. Bottom is $250. June 3rd at 10 a.m. Starting price. What does this come with? First of the line, Content National. Only 16 boxes per transaction. I don't see what I'm getting in here. What's this special? No, I don't see what's so special. But anyway, there it is. Would I buy some? Probably not. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Draft Prism. I do think people are going to make some money in it, but it's just not for me. On the basketball side, we talked about this yesterday, basketball, and no changes there. So what I did want to bring your attention to next was watched Go GTS last night. Big fan of these guys. If you're not watching them, I do recommend switching over. It's a long video. I think it's like an hour and a half. They do some interviews and they do some breaks at the end. But in the middle is a thing called Hobby Happenings. And Hobby Happenings last night, I think, was about 20 or 30 minutes. I'm going to highlight some of the highlights for you. There was this discussion about the show Card Labs coming out. This video right here where I've paused is on Golden Auctions is having casting calls for their show. I'll play a little bit of this for you.
Issued a casting call this week.
Are we going to get a commercial?
Platform. The company will be demonstrating their patent-pending technology.
Okay, so next one. This right here is Card Score. And listen to this. So Card Score, I talked about grading last night. I did a video on grading and all different grading options. I totally missed this one. Card Score, and I'll be honest, I've gotten emails from these guys, and I wasn't paying attention, but check out and listen to what Card Score is.
Allowing card submissions to be scored by the online community for the first time at the Houston TriStars show, June 4th through the 6th. Curious how it works? Watch this.
The market for sports cards is booming, and when it comes to your cards, the grade goes a long way in determining the value. Ever wonder how fellow collectors would grade your card? CardScore is the world's first crowdsourced card grading platform. Collectors can submit cards to be scored, our term for graded, by other collectors using a scanner and our score key device. No packaging, shipping, delays, and worrying about damage or theft with CardScore. That's right, your valuable cards never leave your possession. You can purchase a score key to submit cards from home, or you can visit a CardScore kiosk located at select card shops across the country. Our technology sends the image directly to our server to be viewed on the app without the potential for photo manipulation. After your card has been submitted, the high-resolution image can be viewed and scored online by our community of collectors. The card's final score is based upon the average score given by all of the collectors after outliers are removed. When scoring has been finalized, CardScore will mail you an official sticker that contains the card's information and your final scores. The sticker can then be placed on the back of the card's encapsulation. If your card was previously graded by a professional firm, then the serial number from the professional firm will be listed on the sticker to ensure that the sticker is being placed on the correct card. Show off your card's new score and tell everyone why collectors know best. Interested in being a card scorer? We're accepting new signups and even offer compensation for collectors who score cards. Visit cardscore.com to learn more or to get started.
What are your thoughts on that? That was I don't know, man. Crowdsourcing grading. I don't know. First thoughts are, I don't know. I mean, I've said before, grading is just someone giving you an opinion. If a bunch of people give you an opinion, is that better than if one person gives you an opinion? No, I don't know. It's just interesting. I thought I'd bring it to your attention. I found it very cool. Thing I wanted to mention, there's an article I'm going to talk about here at the end. If Texas Card Dude is still in there, there's public service announcement, not really worth watching. What was the other things? A little update here on the doctor with.
That the price was to him. They're confident. This is what he would want. Nancy knew. This is what
I mean, we're not collectors, and they need to get out and get in the hands of both collectors. As long as he was alive, he was not going to sell. I can tell you that. So I'm sure he's looking down and very happy with what's happening with the collection.
The auction starts next month. Dr. Newman's paper babies turn into solid gold. The CBS is going Saturday.
So again, you can catch that clip out, but there's a full clip on the Dr. Newman's collection. Some of the cards, the expected, value, what's going on. Definitely interesting. Definitely be following it. I will also point out, it's funny. GTS did an update on auctions. They did not mention the fact that the Jordan cards only sold for $300,000, which I think that's interesting. They mentioned there's another graph here I want to pull up. Come on. There we go. Another thing they talked about was the MLB licensing fees. Again, this is just to MLB. This is to the Players Union, and they go over the breakdown. Like 2005, how much Topps is paying compared to 15 years later, they're paying an extra $15 million almost. And there's a really interesting thing about how Panini, still pays to the Players Union. And I think it's an important thing to say is that Panini, in my opinion, has stepped over the lines by partnering with the Players Association. I think they should stay in their swim lane, but that's just my opinion. But they do give money, or they pay money to the Major League Players Association to get access to players. Some other cool stuff. This is a great video. I'm not going to play everything for you, but I do recommend checking it out. What were the other things that are in here that were really good? They talk about Collector's Corner. There's a thing on a super collector who's a Toronto Blue Jay. There was something, Card Life, which is a video, the show coming out. They talk about that. The casting call I mentioned to you already. eBay scanning. We talked about that. Funko's on here. I think many of you guys have already heard about this, but Funko and Prism should be interesting, this partnership. There was one thing I wanted to show you guys. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
However, the energy in the room is quite amazing. And I think part of the reason the energy's off, as we've discussed in the past, is that it's beyond something Kyle and his fine team can do. It's right now there's less new material coming in because of the TSA slowdown. They're only doing the super expensive stuff, and the Target no more cards for a while being sold retail. And but remember, Target is baseball, basketball, football, and Pokemon. You can still buy racing cards at Target. You can still buy hockey cards at Target. But there's not as much new material coming in, and I think that has sapped a little of the energy from the room.
Gotcha. What have people been asking when they come and browse? What are they looking
A
for?
little bit of everything. We have a gentleman right now working at my desk, working on a 58 set. You know, you just saw one of the guys he was picking up every Otani I had. They were a little mix. I had a young man come in who loved the design of 53 Bowman black and white, so he bought a couple of those. Just look at them, they're beautiful. He's like 7 years old. He said those cards are absolutely beautiful.
I love it. What about the makeup of the room? What are you seeing just among the faces and the types of collectors?
Well, I see a lot of people I don't know because before the hobby boomed, I was running monthly shows myself, so I knew a lot of the regulars. And I still see a lot of regulars, but I see a lot of people I did not know. But there's also a lot of them are drawn out by either having autograph guests at the show or the fact that the shows have several hundred tables rather than 40 or 50. Go and say, I want to keep the best item.
Okay, so I'm sorry for taking so long. What I wanted to show you here is this is Rich Klein, who's definitely a veteran in the hobby, a serious veteran. The guy's been in the hobby his whole career, 30, 40 years in the hobby. As he's talking about in the Dallas, he's a Dallas guy. He's been there at every show. He's seen the coming and going. He makes a great quote here. And what I want to get to, let me see if I can find this. I'm sorry. Hang in there.
Now, if your game plan says to keep 10% of your items to put away, that's fine. But if you want to say, I want to keep it for myself, that's the biggest mistake most people make.
Gotcha. So, are you a collector or a business?
I always tell people, buy what you like. Pay what the shows have several hundred tables.
Listen to this. Okay, God darn, I went too far back. It's coming. It's coming. This is one of the most important things I heard last night on Coach ETS. Now, come on. Hey, Brad. That was Brad there, the card dude. I think that's Eric Norton there. Val from NASCAR.
Hobby thoughts that I haven't thought to ask. Give us some flying gems.
Well, I always tell people, buy what you like. Pay what you're comfortable with. And, a lot of people want to go full-time in the business, and I always give them one piece of advice. If you really go full-time in this business, you can no longer be a collector unless you have another source of income. If you have another source of income, then you can collect to your heart's content. But if you're doing this as a business, it is a business. And you can't go and say, I want to keep the best item for myself.
I love this comment. I'm going to drop out of here and talk a little bit about this because I think this is an important thing to say. Okay. The reason I brought that up and wanted to talk about it is that Rich, again, like I said, he is a dealer. He is a sports card dealer. The man's been doing his whole life. His comment there was, you can't have a PC and be a dealer. Okay. I've said that forever. And I've said this the other day when I said, stop listening to people who make their living on sports cards tell you sports cards are great. It's good chat. Hey, man, how's the hobby doing? Oh, it's freaking great. But you're getting advice from somebody who that's their job, right? And the serious collector, the real hustler, the real investor, they don't have a PC. You know what a PC is? In my opinion, when you're an investor who says a PC, and that's just my opinion, okay? Now, I have a PC. You have a PC. Collectors have PCs. But investors, a PC is a deal that went bad that now they're sitting on until it goes good. That's my opinion of a PC. And you'll hear that a lot of times when these guys, there's a guy the other day, well, I'm picking this up. It's a great card. And if I don't like it, I'll hold it for my PC. What that means is you're not a businessman. You're not a dealer, right? You made a bad deal. You bought something too expensive. And now you're going to call it a PC card. So I love Rich saying that. I can't hammer on that point enough. Now let's see some of the chat comments off official website. I'm trying to get some. I don't know, the announcer, hype show. Only true PC will be again. And I'm not against that. I have a PC. A lot of people have PCs, but there's a lot of these guys who are new to the hobby who are investors, right? And they're sitting there telling you which card to buy. There's a couple in mind right now. They'll tell you they know everything, man. They're so smart. I'm gonna show you make $1,000 in a minute, but they're just not. They're not real dealers. They're just guessing. They don't. I don't know. I loved Rich's comment there. So. Anything else to quickly talk about here? I want to go ahead and jump into. Lastly, this article. I will just quickly say, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I will be doing open mic night on Sunday night, although it is the holiday weekend. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and see what happens, right? I'll be promoting. We'll see who's on the show. Again, I'll drop a video later today on contests for filling up the break for a week from this Sunday. And let's go ahead here, and I want to finish with this last article. And that is right here. Okay, so this came to my attention by Brad, Texas Card Dude, a few days ago. I actually missed reading this article when he said, hey, check this article out. And he talked about it yesterday in his channel. And then this was talked about last night on GoGTS. Several people are discussing it. It's interesting. So first of all, I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like it's supposed to be written and they're protecting the name of the person and there's vulgar language. First of all, I think half the story is BS. I don't believe everything in it. I think like somebody took everything they could bad about retail and wrote it as it's some fictional character. Like who's the dude? The Coke dealer, Al Pacino. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, in this article, it talks about how this guy gets into the sports card business. A couple things that I want to stand out to me. He talks about how he builds his empire, right? And how his cards coming from all these different places where he's buying. His main thing is that he talks about how he has corrupt access to the distributors. That I don't doubt. In fact, I've watched DJ talk about this, and he says, we've taken care of those problems. I don't think you have. Right? I know, for example, in my area, there's one guy who gets a lot of retail. I know he talks to the MJ Holdings person because he always knows when they're going to be there. MJ Holding and him talk. I know they talk. Okay? I know that because if he's there, I know they're going to get stocked. If I see this person at the store, I know that he's talked to MJ Holding and the boxes are going to come. He's not at the store by accident. And that does irk me. It's just kind of the way it is. And I'll say another thing. He's not necessarily a friend. Something to point out here. Oh, where was it? Now I can't find the exact quotes, and I'm not going to pull them. There's a lot of vulgarity in this that I just found. I don't know, as much as I like to curse, I just found this kind of disturbing. My takeaway as well was he complains about this, and he says how his whole empire falls apart when May 21st comes. Well, I'm a little surprised by that because my first comment is if you're making $10,000 and he said $10,000 a week in this video or whatever, then why didn't you go buy a bot? Like there's still ways to get retail, man. Like, why didn't you expand that to the Walmart side? There's still Walmart doing it. So I think a lot of this article was written to kind of tell you the worst they could about the hobby. Now, there's some things that I think are important. It talks about the rise of the hobby, how rise of retail. How in the beginning, it was really just prison basketball. And then it started turning into everything where everything's going off the shelf. I think what you're going to see now is that people have bought stuff that's actually crappy. I really mean that. I think there's a lot of crappy stuff out there that people have purchased. And what I mean by crappy is there's products that I don't think are going to get resale value in the future. I'm not going to say which ones they are because I could be wrong, but I just think there's too much retail being stored away. Like I showed you earlier, when there's retail bots or people buying retail this morning, that means there's plenty of retail. If everybody knew about it, it wasn't a surprise. Like I showed you, JR had a group looking for it. My Monitor group was looking for it. Michael Ham was looking for it. People knew about it. So it's going to get out there. But this, again, like I said, gives me a bad taste in my mouth because there are good people who run networks who are sharing, right? Who give each other tips. Hey, man, I'm going to the store. Can you come over? There's the Walmart guys here stocking or something like that. So I don't know. This was kind of annoying to me, but interesting. I won't say it wasn't interesting. And like I said, I haven't seen anybody really give it critical comments. I thought I put some comments on here, but then when I went down here to look, I couldn't find my comments. So maybe I didn't put them on here. And I'll say, I keep hearing about the damage this has done to the hobby. I'll just point out damage. I don't know about damage because the manufacturer sold the stuff. They made money. The product hits the market. It gets out there. I'll say this again, too. Groot's going to start barking here in a second. I'll say this here, too, in my closing comments on this morning. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning. Scarface. Thank you, Case Cards. Listen to investor flip advice and hobby would be like a businessman, heavy person, product development. Oh, sorry. Big unit. Freaking amen, man. Let me put that up here. Look at this. Listening to an investor flipper for advice on the hobby would be like having one person being VP of product development and marketing. Oh, sorry, Panini. And what he's actually referring to is it's product marketing and sales, which is, in my opinion, in every organization I've ever seen from software side, is a no-no, right? You have the person who creates it and the person that sells it under the same hat. That's a mistake. I agree with you there. And that's what Panini does, right? Panini, DJ is in charge of product management and he's in charge of sales. Must be interesting to work there. I wonder how that works out. I'm sure it works out really well, but it is greed. It is greed. In fact, let's just end it with this, okay? Retail, I've said this before. People complain about retail. The kids aren't getting boxes. Things are too expensive. The market is dipping. Why is the market dipping? One word. Competition. Or Panini. Hence, lack of competition is why Panini is in the position they are in, where they are going to destroy this hobby. And I hate to say that, guys. I really do. I'm not trying to be negative, but let's just say this. I remember back when the boom started, people would say, well, it's not the 90s. This is not the 90s. There's so many different things. And the one comment I heard was, remember back in the 90s when you could buy cards at the gas station? Yeah, when it gets like that, we've printed too much. Well, again, if you listen to the video I put out yesterday and DJ, you can buy basketball cards and football cards almost everywhere except for the gas station right now. I mean, they're finding more and more markets to expand that. Again, what's really clever about Panini is that they can say, but we're doing it because the demand is out there. People are asking it for us. Well, the demand was there in the 90s as well. People wanted the the Ken Griffey rookie. So what did Flair do or Upper Deck do? They just printed them. So what's Panini doing? You guys want shiny prisms? We're just going to print them. Right? And that is the problem. They're overprinting and they're overproducing at a high price. Why is a blaster box $100? Because a hobby box is $1,000. I can't be any more direct than that, guys. It just can't. The market's not dipping. People are finding other ways to buy product. I agree with you. I agree with you on this one. I don't look at it as dipping. I look at it as correcting. Okay, there's going to be corrections in this market. Certain things need to be corrected. I'll give you a quick example. I watch Slab Talk. I like Slab Talk. You guys can check him out. He's a young guy who's you can tell just got in the hobby. I'll tell you, in my opinion, he's very influenced by one side of the card community. He's got very, very beautiful rose-colored unicorn glasses on, and he was showing some of his purchases. And he made a purchase, I think, of a Damian Lillard card, a Damian Lillard autograph for, I want to say, $4,000. No, that's a correction coming, guys. I'm sorry to say that's a correction. And here's the reason I say that. He'll tell me, oh, it's numbered to 25. It's Damian Lillard. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. It's an iconic shot. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Damian Lillard, although doesn't sign as much as other players, signs. And will be signing for years to come. Okay? And he's a vet. So what's the big deal? In fact, if you met him, he'd give you an autograph. You could probably pay him a couple $100 to get a private signing. Why would you pay $4,000 for a vet autograph of a 15th year card? I don't get that. I think that's, again, ignorance. And I'll also say this too, when an investor tells me they're buying it and they don't know why they're buying it, well, it could be a PC card, but I think it's a great in value. I think it's a great investment. Again, you don't know what you're talking about, right? I think that's a correction that will come. You should not be paying those high prices for vet autos. Now, Kobe changed the market because Kobe passed away. Okay, tell me the last NBA player in his youth that passed away, where we were concerned and had autographs. It hasn't happened, right? So the other guys been passing away. People don't realize it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it at that. And I'll say this too. I left some comments for Slab Talk, and I was trying to be constructive there. Now I'm sure he's looking at me. He's trolling, but I really want to think about, again, when you buy something, here's my point of that. When a guy gets on a YouTube channel, right, and his goal is to get subscribers, which is what all of us are. Their goal is to get people to look at them. They want you to say, I want you to look at me and what I'm doing, and I want you to see what I'm doing. So if you're doing that and it's doing something that I think is foolish, I think someone should call you out. Hey, dude, that's kind of foolish. Why are you doing that, right? Not be supporting, hey, I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea, especially when he doesn't really know what he's doing. Anyway, I digress. So I will say this, the hobby's about sharing information. Sometimes you got to tell people, look, that was a bad, I don't know why you did that. It was a bad call, right? Let me see. Anything else I want to touch on this morning? Oh, we'll talk about real quickly. Have you guys heard of this whatnot? Right. I honestly have not researched this enough to talk about it. I'll probably talk about it next week. But whatnot, which is taking people by storm, it's like Loop, which is another breaker app. My first thought on that is that I applaud the hustle and the business idea. What I don't like is that these apps are designed for one reason, to extract the most value they can out of a break, right? Have you bid up cards and bid up values. I don't like that because, like, to me, I'll go back to me, breaking used to be friends who were breaking boxes together. And now I know it's become very commercialized. It's definitely a business and goes, oh, Ziggy, people are filling the spots. But again, I want to point out breaking is the fire of the hobby that needs coal. And what's the coal we put into it? We put a lot of retail and a lot of hobby boxes in there to keep that thing going. And then we complain because the prices are so high. So these apps, I think, I look at the What's Not app, and I haven't researched enough, and the Loop app and the fractional ownership apps as the first things that I think will fail in the future. And we'll see, and fail's not the right word, but I'll say decline in use. Whatnot is due to, again, I can't argue with you, Inglorious. I cannot argue with you. It just, like when I watched, was it Personal Finance? They had used it to sell packs of, I think, I don't know, some old packs, and they're bidding up the pack, a couple $100 pack. I'm sitting there going, okay, if we were in a room and we were breaking this, somebody would sit there and go, dude, you're paying too much money for a pack. Why don't we all just agree to get one pack each? Because the way Whatnot is created is, hey, let's all compete for the next pack. Let's compete, and then drive up the price. In real breaking, people will be in the room, be like, look, you got some money, let's just, there's 12 packs, let's just divide it by 12, we all get a pack. You see what I'm saying? That's true breaking. It's like you work out a problem to solve so you can open the box together. It's not like, hey, 12 of us in the room, I'm going to outbid you, I'm going to outbid you, I'm going to outbid you. And then you know this is going on too. When you see a guy outbid somebody, right, and he opens a pack, you're cheering against him. Dude, I hope he gets nothing. Hope he gets skunked. Hope he gets skunked. And then if he pulls something in the pack, well, then the rest of the packs are dead. You're like, well, he pulled only LeBron. There can't be two LeBrons in this. But the person on Whatnot will tell you, well, there could be another LeBron. Maybe there's another LeBron in this box. Okay, that's what I don't like about those breaking apps, so that makes sense. Just they're hype machines. Okay. I think I've chatted a little bit this morning. Things to look at. Oh, I will say I did watch Personal Finance Dad last night, and Dust and Brad. I like those guys. I wish they were a little more interactive in their chat. They kind of get in their own world and start talking, and then they just kind of go off. They're entertaining. Like I was talking to somebody else about it. I was like, I didn't learn anything new listening to the two of them, but I giggled and was entertained. And so Brad and Dustin, you guys need to pick up some of the updates. You guys are like slow on some of the updates of what's going on. It's like you get on the show and you're talking about old news in a way. I don't know. But again, I enjoyed it. I do enjoy it. Did watch it. I have a breaker does the same thing. We split the box. Yeah, exactly. That's a real breaker. The marking is dipping, though, Michael. Market is dipping, though, Michael. No matter where you buy, people look to pay eBay comps, and the comps still sliding. I agree. I agree. And I will say this too. I am continuing to sell. I'm not in a fire sale, but I am moving items. I am selling right now. I'm not buying anything new. I'm not selling a lot of stuff either. I'm more or less enjoying the hobby. I'm enjoying what's going on, listening to what's happening. Got a few cards off to grade. Looking forward to football in 2021, but none of the current products are on my radar because I wait for the better football products. In basketball, not that active in basketball because I'm not a big fan of LaMelo Ball right now. And watching things like soccer and hockey and baseball. I like baseball prospects. Love Bowman. So it's kind of like what I'm doing. Dustin and Brad are Bert and Ernie. They kind of are Bert and Ernie. I can't argue that. Again, I do like them. I wish they had more. I made a comment a few weeks ago when they had Coleman on. They had the whole conversation about RPs and RPAs and that. I just wish they were a little more took a little bit slower and spoke. I don't know, had a better plan of the show, but I think it'll let it dance. Target don't want my UK money. That's sorry, dude. That's sorry, John. I apologize for that. Could someone buy some boxes for John and ship them over to UK for him? Okay, guys. Friday morning. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. Man, I appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Every day, Sports Cards Live. Again, if you have a channel you want me to promote, please drop that in the comments after I end the video, not right now. We'll be live on Sunday night around, I think, 9 o'clock Eastern to do open mic night. And definitely be dropping content on the weekend. Hope you have a happy holiday weekend. Maybe Monday morning is a holiday, but I'll probably still be live. Why not? Right? I'm sure other people will. Guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If you have recommendations, tips, or anything, let me know. I think we hit on kind of what's going on around the hobby today, a little hobby news, a few things for you guys to do some homework on. Check out Brad, Texas Card Dude, should be coming on later today. Actually, I think he might be on later today, but if you have a chance, check him out. Peace, guys. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, man.